Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. Can you hear my voice? If not clear, just let me know.
Hi, doctor.
Yes, doctor, we can hear your voice.
السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, how are you everyone?
Fine, doctor.
Okay, so today we continue the colloquium. I think the fourth, is it the third or fourth colloquium? Okay, let me share first. Okay, you can download the PDF from this QR code. Okay, before we start, can you please turn on the camera for me to take picture for the record. Today is only online, no face to face. Okay, I hope everyone can turn on the camera. Okay, I give you around 1 minute and then I will take picture.
Excuse me. Sorry. The barcode or the QR for the slide.
I'll give you later, okay? We take picture first. Can we? I'll
Doctor,
share again later.
show me. You mean show me?
We want to take photo first. I'll show the PowerPoint again later, okay? Okay, ready? Okay, just keep smiling. Okay, because I have a few pages. Okay, so just keep smiling because you don't know which page are you on. Okay, so let's start from the first page. Smile. Okay, keep on smiling. Okay, next page. All right, done.
Okay.
Okay, you can still turn on your camera or you can turn off. It's up to you. Okay, you can scan to get the PDF. Okay, Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Norazrena Samah. I'm from the same department, if all of you from EduTech, but if anybody from different department, okay. Hello, I'm Azrina and I'm from Educational Technology field, okay. But today is just about methodology, so anyone can join, not specifically for educational technology students. All right. Okay, so this is our third or fourth EduTech bootcamp. Welcome to the bootcamp. Okay, this is our initiative to help you on research. All right. Okay, so the title for today is Methodology Mastery for Research Articles, Unravels the Secrets of Academic Writing when Describing Research Methods. All right, I hope this session could be two-way session. Okay, not I'm only the one who talk because this is colloquium, we are sharing. All right, so you can ask anytime, you can interrupt anytime, and you can answer anytime. All right. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, this is the flow of the research, whether it is quantitative or qualitative research. Okay, the research process, then we identify, firstly, we identify the research problem and we do the literature review. And then there is research question, the question to be asked. Okay, whether it is quantitative or is it qualitative. Okay, research designs. Okay, there are three designs, okay, which is the first one is quantitative, and then second one is qualitative, and another one is the combined, whether it's mixed or action research. Okay, and after that, the important thing in research is about sampling, okay, the instruments or protocols, okay, the data analysis, and then the interpretation of the data, and then lastly, discussion, conclusion, limitations, and future research. All right. So for today, research methods are the specific tools and procedures you use to collect and analyze data. All right. So, okay, wait a minute. Okay, so we are doing actually in this area, okay, this middle area. Okay, we already know, we already have our problems, we already have the literature, and then now we are planning how to do this research. Okay, and so our part for the research method is in the middle one here. All right. Okay, there are methodology we have, because today we have the methodology in journal articles and also in thesis writing. Okay, there are two different articles writing. Okay, because journal articles only a few pages, while the thesis has like 300 pages. Okay, so the writing is different. Okay, methodology in journal articles. Okay, the first one. Okay, I took this from one of a paper in iGym, which is Scopus. Okay, Scopus Index. Okay, these are uh, what uh, what are provided in this what is written in these articles in methodology part. Okay, there are the research roadmap, the subject and research procedure, the data collection, and data analysis technique. Okay, see, not everything in research method are written here. Okay, it's simplified into the roadmap, subject and procedure, collection, and then analysis technique. Okay, next, for the second article, okay, so these are written in this article is about the participants, okay, the instrument validity and reliability, and then lastly about the data analysis. Okay, can you see the similarity? Okay, look at here. There is the subject, data collection, data analysis, and then here also there is the participants, also called subject. Okay, subject or participants, the instrument validity, reliability, and the data analysis. Okay, so instrument part is almost the same with the data collection part. Okay, and then this is another article. Okay, this is index in Web of Science. Okay, Scopus and also Web of Science. Okay, so in this article there is the sample, instrument, data collection, data analysis. Okay, can you see the similarity, right? Okay, so in journal articles, not everything are mentioned, but it's summarized, okay, simplified into the important aspects. Okay, of course, the sample or the subject or the participant is important, because the reader want to know who are the sample of this research. Okay, the instrument used, because what are the instrument used to collect the data, and it's related also with data collection, and to answer the research question. And then the analysis part, how you analyze the data collected. Okay, I hope this is clear. All right. Okay, and then in the methodology in thesis writing, this is lots to explain. Okay, because a very like long chapter. Okay, in chapter 3 in your thesis or in your dissertation or in your research report. Okay, so it's in chapter 3. Okay, so these are the topics, the important topics in the methodology part. Okay, so the first one is the research design, and then sample and population. Okay, the procedure, instruments, pilot study, data collection, data analysis, and ethical considerations. Okay, so these are important. All right. However, some thesis combining these two, data collection and data analysis, it is okay. It means that in data analysis subtopic, you just mention how you collect and then how you analyze it. You combine it into one subtopic also can. Okay, as long as it's already mentioned there. Okay. Okay. Okay, everything here actually I refer to the Creswell and also Creswell and Gutterman. Okay, so because when you do this chapter 3, you must have the reference, especially use the book. Okay, the research method book. You can refer to Creswell, and also you can refer to Cohen and any other researchers, but make sure it is established. Okay, based on them, okay, research designs are types of inquiry within qualitative, quantitative, and mixed methods approaches that provide specific direction for procedures in a research study. Okay. Okay, this is the summary for the types of quanti and quali research designs. Okay, so you can see from here, okay, quantitative research designs. Okay, so there is the experimental research, okay, correlational research and survey research has been done by many researchers doing this. Okay, there is the survey research. Okay, there is also the qualitative research. Okay, the grounded theory, the ethnography, the narrative. Okay, this is actually just by this Creswell. Okay, and then also the combined research designs. Okay, there is mix, and there is also action research, because action research could mixing the data. It has combination of data. Okay, so look at here, when it's about combining the designs, okay, it's actually combining quantitative and qualitative data, okay, to best understand and explain a research problem. Okay, because sometimes maybe students confused when they are talking about mixed method. They are thinking that when you are doing the mixed method, you need to have experimental research and one of this qualitative research design, grounded theory. Okay, but it's actually combining data. It's already called mixed methods research. Okay, for example, you have the data, quantitative data, and also you have the qualitative data such as interviews, and then you want to triangulate both data. That's also already considered as mixed method research design. Okay, so I hope this one is clear. Okay, and then okay, these are the types of experimental design. Okay, because many students, okay, do these experimental designs. So I hope you understand the experimental designs, because maybe most of you only use the quasi experimental. by the way, there are many kind of other design for the experiment, many other type of these experimental designs. Okay. This is okay. This is also the traits to internal validity. When in the research design part, okay, for example, in your thesis, 3.1 is the introduction part. And then 3.2 is about the research design. So when you are writing on research design, you must make sure you mention about the research design. Is it quantitative or is it qualitative? Or is it mixed method? And then which one? Okay, if it is quantitative, which one is it? Okay, just like in this part, if it is quantitative, which one is it? If it is qualitative, which one is it? If it is combined or it is mixed method, which one is it? There are a few types of mixed method research. And then after that, not only that, you must make sure you have these traits to internal validity and also the internal and external validity, by the way. Okay, so you must explain about traits to validity in research design part. It is a must. Okay, so this is also okay. You can refer here later. Okay, because we only have 1 hour. Sorry, 1 hour. Okay, so it's not so long, by the way. All right. So this is just the type of true experimental designs. Okay, you must, so in the research design part, you must mention that, okay, for example, you want to refer to quantitative research design. So which one? Okay, let's say you want to refer to true experimental design. So which type? So whether it is the pre and post test design or whether it is post test only design. So you must be very specific. Okay. For example, you mentioned that your research design is post-test only design of true experimental designs, which is the quantitative research. All right, so it's very specific, mentioning everything, the quantitative one, the true experimental design, and which type. Okay, very specific. Okay. And then, okay, this is if you are using the quasi. Okay, quasi and true is almost the same. Okay, but there is a limitation. You can read what is the difference between quasi and true. All right. So for the traits to validity, for true experimental design is control. However, for quasi experimental design, okay, there is a few traits that you need to mention how you want to overcome the traits related to quasi-experimental designs. All right. Okay, and then we have also the factorial design. Okay, this is just the example of factorial design. Okay. And then there is time series. Even time series has 2 types. Okay, whether you do the pre-test before, a few pre-tests before intervention and then a few post-tests after that, or you measure and then do the intervention and then measure again, intervention again, measure again, intervention again, and measure again. Okay, there is 2 types of time series. Okay, and there is also the repeated measures design. Okay, so you must make sure which type of research design you want to follow. Okay, so the ethical issues. Okay, this should be considered in the research. Okay, and should be mentioned in your methodology part. Okay, this is the ethical issues inside experimental research. Ethical issues in conducting experiments relate to withholding the experimental treatment for some individuals who might benefit from receiving it. The advantages that might accrue from randomly assigning individuals to groups. Okay, this assigning this one overlooks the potential gain of some individuals for beneficial treatment. Also arise as to when to conclude an experiment, whether the experiment will provide the best answers to a problem and consideration about the stakes involved in conducting the experiment. Okay, so this is the ethical issues in experimental research should be considered. All right. And then we have the correlational research design. If you are doing the correlational research design, these are the specific characteristics should be should be in considered in that. Okay, for the first one is the displays of score or scatter plots and matrices. Okay, if you are learning statistic, maybe quantitative data analysis, you will understand what are scatter plots and what are matrices. Okay, associations between scores. Okay, direction, form, and strength. Because when you are doing the correlation, you must have the direction, okay, the form and the strength. Okay, direction is it positive or negative? Okay, and then the form, is it linear or non-linear? The strength, is it strong or weak? Okay, weak correlation or strong correlation. Okay, and then multiple variable analysis, whether it's partial correlations and multiple regression. This is also included in correlation research design. Okay. There is also the ethical issues in correlational research. Okay, in data collection, ethics relate to adequate sample size, lack of control, and the inclusion of as many predictors as possible in data analysis. Researchers need a complete statement of findings to include effect size and the use of appropriate statistics. In recording and presenting studies, the write-up should include statements about relationships rather than causation, a willingness to share data, and publishing in scholarly outlets. All right. So next we have the survey design. Okay, this is the survey design. Even the survey design is actually has two types. Okay, because normally students when doing this survey design just consider that there's only one kind of survey design. It's actually there is the longitudinal or the cross-sectional part. Is it study over time or study at one point in time? Okay, so you should actually know about this when you are doing the survey designs. Okay, maybe for PhD student, not you are not doing the survey designs, but maybe for the master student, especially the master top course, most of them doing the survey designs. So at least you should understand this type of survey designs. All right, there is longitudinal and also the cross-sectional. All right, and then forms of data collection to survey this research who completes or records the data. Okay, whether it's participant, they are doing it themselves, or the researcher through the interview. Okay, this is the survey research. So the interview will be quantitative one. So they just maybe answer yes or no, or you doing it, or like yes, no, or like one or two answer or multiple choice question through the interview or the using the telephone. Okay, so this part is the quantitative part. All right. The ethical issues in survey research. Okay, these are the ethical issues. Okay, during data collection, attention needs to be given to using appropriate incentive. Okay, the survey data collection procedure cannot put data collectors and everyone at risk. Okay, confidentiality of their response. Okay, IDs linked to responses can be an alternative, effective means of protecting individual identity. Okay, and also researcher has an obligation. See, researcher has an obligation to destroy survey instruments after the conclusion of the study. Okay, and then there is this is the qualitative design. Okay, the first one is the grounded theory design. Okay, it's a systematic qualitative procedure used to generate a theory that explains at a broad conceptual level a process, an action, or an interaction about a substantive topic. The characteristic of this design are process approach, theoretical sampling, constant comparative data analysis, a core category theory generation, and memos. Okay, memos mean every time you're doing the interview or collecting the data, you keep on writing the memo for every process of doing this research. All right, so that what is mean by memos. All right, the ethical issues. Okay, not much discussion of ethics has occurred in the grounded theory literature. However, throughout the process of research, grounded theorists may be confronted with ethical challenges ranging from advancing the purpose of the study to the power and authority issues of interviewing, and on to building a useful chain of evidence from the data to the generation of the theory that will benefit those the study is intended to serve. Okay, this is the challenge, okay, in doing this research. Okay, ethnographic research design, okay, does not always fit cleanly into categories, but three forms are apparent. The realist ethnography, okay, the case study, and the critical ethnography. Okay, however, for those learning about ethnographies, the following characteristics typically illustrate an ethnographic study, which are the cultural themes, okay, a culture shaping group, a sharing group, shared patterns of behavior, belief and language, fieldwork, description, themes and interpretation, context or setting, researcher reflexivity, okay? Okay, so because this is about the ethnographic, so it's about the ethnics, okay? So about the life, okay? So this is about the ethnographic research design. Okay, the ethical issues. Okay, these ethical issues involve such topics as gaining access to the field, staying in the field, gathering data in the field, and the interactions of being in the field of research. Okay, you need to be there to do this research. You need to be in that ethnic, all right, in that with the people, okay, in that for the area, okay, when you are doing this one. Okay, and then there is the narrative research. Okay, this is the types of example of types of narrative research. Okay, autobiographies, biographies, life writing, and so on. Okay, this is about the narrative. Okay, and then major characteristic, experience of an individual, chronology of experiences, life stories, restoring, okay, coding the text for themes or categories, incorporating the context or place into the story or themes, collaboration between the researcher and the participant in the study, such as negotiating field text. Okay, this is major characteristic. And the ethical issues. Okay, at the data collection stage, researcher needs to question whether the story is authentic, determine whether the participants can tell the real story. Okay, this is the challenge because you are interviewing a person, okay, about this narrative research. You want to tell the story about someone, so you have to make sure that the story is authentic. All right. Okay, and then a mixed method research design. Okay, now we go to the mixed method part. It's a procedure for collecting, analyzing, and mixing both quantitative and qualitative method in a single study or a series of studies to understand a research problem. All right, these are okay the mixed methods design, which is convergent parallel design, where quantitative data collection and analysis and qualitative data collection analysis is done parallel, And then when you get the data or after you analyze the data, you will compare or relate the data and then interpret. Okay, for the explanatory, okay, you collect quantitative first and then you follow up with qualitative data collection and then you interpret. This is actually to confirm, okay? And then if it is the exploratory, so it's qualitative first and then build to quantitative. It means that, for example, you have the interview. When you get the interview data after you do the coding, you use the codes to build the survey or the questionnaire, that which is the quantitative one, and then you collect data using that questionnaire, and then after that you interpret. Okay, that's just an example, all right? And then there is also the embedded design, okay, quantitative design, okay, and which is the quantitative data collection and analysis, and is embedded inside, okay. If it is start with quantitative and embedded inside is the qualitative, okay, and then you interpret. It means that you are doing it together. Okay, it's embedded also, even though it is actually the quantitative design, but you also have the qualitative data inside. So it's the embedded design. Okay, maybe some researchers will say that it's actually, yes, it's quantitative design, you just have the qualitative data, but you still call it quantitative design. No, it's not. It's actually the embedded design of mixed methods research design. Okay, so you should be clear on this. Okay, you must be clear on this. And then transformative design, you have the quantitative data collection and analysis, and then follow up with, okay, this is the transformative, qualitative, and then interpretation, and then multi-phase design. Okay, this is the multi-phase. You have the study one, qualitative, phase one, and then phase two, still qualitative, and then study three, there is the qualitative and quantitative. This is the multi-phase. Because I know you maybe think that this is mixed method, normal mixed method, but it's actually the multi-phase design of mixed method research design. Okay, for example, your objective number one is quanti, objective number two is quanti or qualitative, and then objective number three, you want to do both. There is mix of it. So it's actually the multi-phase. Maybe your research has a few phases, okay? Especially who will develop something like using the DDR or anything, okay? So maybe the multi-phases okay, design, okay? So you must be clear on this, all right? Okay, the ethical issues in mixed method research. The most discussion has been written about ethical issues in using a transformative design, and these issues focus on respecting individuals and underrepresented groups. Ethics in mixed method does need to relate to important issues arising in both. Okay. Moreover, they can relate to mixed method design because different types of design raise specific ethical issues that need to be anticipated by the researcher. Okay. Because you are doing both the quantitative and qualitative one. Of course, there's the different ethical issues. Quantitative has its issues, its ethical issues. Qualitative also has its specific issues. All right. Okay, and then that one is the first. Even everything that I've explained is actually just about the 3.2 in research methodology chapter 3. So everything is about the research design, because that the first part of methodology in thesis. So it is very important that you are clear which research design you want to refer to. All right, and then 3.3. Okay, I just mentioned because this is in thesis writing for UTM. 3.3 is the sample and population. Okay, population is a group of individuals who have the same characteristic, whether you are doing qualitative or quantitative research. It is a must to mention who is the population of what is the population of your research. You must mention in chapter 3 the population of the research and also the sample of your research. All right. Okay, so the sample is the one that will undergo the your research. All right. Okay, for the quantitative. Okay, for the quantitative sampling strategies. Okay, there is probability sampling and also the non-probability sampling. Okay, this one you must be clear also which one you refer to. Okay, I know some of you are using purposive sampling when you are doing quantitative, but you are doing purposive sampling. But actually, purposive sampling is for qualitative. Okay, so it's actually this convenience sampling is almost the same with purposive sampling. But this is the convenience. It is convenience to get the sample. Okay, it's almost the same, so you must make sure you clear with the sampling technique that you refer to. All right, if it is quantitative, use convenience sampling. If you are doing the qualitative, yes, you can use the purposive sampling. But if you are using the mixed method, you can use the purposive, because this method is different. But you can have two sampling technique, because when you are doing the mixed method, the quantitative part, you are doing the convenience. And then during the qualitative part, you doing the purposive. It means that not everyone in the quantitative part that you will use for your qualitative. Maybe during the quantitative part, there is 40 sample. But of course, you will not um get the data from all 40 for the qualitative part. You can mention, let's say, you divide them into 3 groups, which is, for example, the high, medium, and low group. And then you just take maybe 2 from each group for the qualitative part. That's okay then. Okay, so no need to worry, because if you, let's say, you are so worried that you are doing the mixed method, do you need to do the qualitative research for all sample in quantitative? No, no need, because for the qualitative, not everyone will be, for example, to interview everyone. No, no need. Okay. However, if you are doing the open-ended question, just during the questionnaire, there is also the open-ended question. Why not? Just get the data from all, because that's not so difficult to get the data from the open-ended question. All right. So this one is the quantitative part. So make sure you are clear which one. If you mention actually, okay, my sampling is the probability sampling, which is simple random sampling, that's good. So the examiner will see how excellent is you, how your scholar level. So you can see, okay, this student is good. So you even the student know which type of probabilities, the sampling strategies, which type of strategies that you are using. Is it probability or non-probability? So which one? Okay. All right. And then that one is the sample and population. Now go to the research procedure. Okay, this is just the general one. Okay, research procedure consists of 6 steps. Okay, this is the general one. You identify research problem, review the literature, specify the purpose, collecting data, analyzing, interpreting, reporting, and evaluating research. Okay, this is general. For the research part in your chapter 3, it's actually up to you. But you must make sure, okay, because from what I see, Okay, based on my experience, students tend to use ADDIE model, ADDIE model for this research procedure. Okay, but the ADDIE model, ADDIE model is actually for developing, it's actually instructional design model to design instructional means teaching to design something to for teaching and learning process, but it's not for the research actually. Okay, so when you are doing research, yes, I understand you want to have that five phases: the analysis, the design, the development, the implementation, and evaluation. Yes, that you can have that 5 steps, that 5 phases. That's okay, but you cannot use the AD model name. You just mentioned that your research has 5 phases. With the first one is analysis, what you do during the analysis part, what you do during the design part, what you do during the development part, what you do during implementation part, and what you do during evaluation part. That's all. Okay, you can refer to the AD phases name, but you cannot use the AD model name. Okay, that's different thing. Okay, because yes, it's very basic. The ADDIE phases is you can use that one because it's easier. But some students can just combine. They want to. Okay, there are 4 phases which are analysis one. First one is analysis, and then design and development is the second phase. That's okay. And then implementation is the third phase, and then the fourth phase is evaluation. That's okay then. You can even change the name. Evaluation phase, change to assessment, maybe change to some other name. But it means the same. Because the phases is actually, the name of the phases is up to you. Okay, no need to be restricted with that five phases name. Okay. And then instruments. Okay, for the instruments part, okay, research instrument refers to a tool or device used by researchers to collect data for a study or experiment. These instruments are designed to gather information in a systematic and standardized manner, ensuring that the data obtained is reliable and can be analyzed effectively. Okay, these are just instrument. Okay, I believe you know what instrument you are using. So, by the way, for the maybe new PhD students, maybe you are not familiar with the term instrument. So, instrument is actually the tool to collect data. Okay, whether it's survey, some call survey, some call questionnaire. Okay, and then interviews, the observation tools such as checklists, okay, the test and assessment like the final exam question or the pre-test post-test question, okay, the biometric instruments, existing data sources, experimental instruments, online analytic tools, okay, and many other tools related to collect the data. All right. Okay. And then, okay, by the way, instruments, okay, don't confuse with the treatment. Treatment is not the instrument. Instrument is actually the tool to answer your research question. To answer. But the treatment is just a treatment. It's not the instrument. It's different. Some student mentioned that, okay, for example, the treatment is website. So website is the instrument. No, it's not. Okay, the website is not the instrument. Okay, but only the tool to answer the research question is the research instrument. All right, so don't be confused. Okay, and then the pilot study part. Okay, of course, when you have the instrument, you must have the pilot study, but it's separated into 2 different subtopics. Okay, the first one instrument, and then follows by pilot study. For the pilot study, okay, this is actually how you want the technique of writing. Okay, for the instrument, okay, let's say the instrument is, okay, what number? 3 point, okay, maybe 3.4. Okay, just this, okay, example. Let's say 3.4 is instrument. So 3.4.1 is the first instrument, the name of the first instrument. 3.4.2 is the name for the second instrument. 3.4.3 is the name for the third instrument. So for the pilot study is 3.5, let's say 3.5 is the pilot study. So you must have 3.5.1 pilot study for the name of the first instrument. Let's say the first instrument is achievement test. So 3.5.1 is the pilot study of the achievement test. 3.5.2 the pilot study of the motivation questionnaires. This is just an example, okay? So the pilot study of each instrument is in each subtopic. Okay, I hope this one is clear. Okay, this is how you write. So 3.5.1 pilot is study of the first instrument, and then 3.5.2 the pilot study of the second instrument, 3.5.3 is the pilot study of the third instrument. However, in every pilot study must have both the validity and also the reliability. Okay, so both must be there, must be explained. You can have 3.5.1.1 for the validity, 3.5.1.2 for the reliability, and also you can have everything without the subtopics. Subtopics also can. It's up to you how you want to arrange your thesis. Alright. However, must have both validity and reliability in pilot study. Okay, validity is the degree to which all the evidence points to the intended interpretation of test score for the proposed purpose. Okay, it's actually to validate whether your instrument is suitable or relevant to answer the research question. Is it related or not? Okay. Okay, so this okay, the sources of validity evidence and examples. Okay, this is just the example you can refer, okay, later, and you can also refer from the book. Okay, this is also you can refer later, evidence. Okay, and then the reliability. This reliability, okay, for the validity, you need to say to be validated by experts. Should be validated by experts on that field. Okay, for example, you have the achievement test. Okay, let's say the achievement test is for science subject. Of course, the experts are science teachers or science lecturers or science instructors. They are the experts of science. Must be specific. If that science is for school, so the experts for science are for school. If you are your achievement test is science in university, of course the experts is science in university. Okay, you cannot have the wrong expert. For example, you are assessing the science, okay, evaluating the science in school, but your expert is science lecturer in UTM. I know they can, but teachers knows about that better because they are marking their exam and they knows about the, for example, the SPM, the primary school question, the secondary school question better, okay, than lecturers. If it is related to UTM students, so you can seek from you can find the experts in UTM. Okay, so you must make sure you find the correct experts. That's one. Okay, and then the motivation questionnaires. Okay, even this one is most of you want expert to validate everything. No, you cannot do that. Okay, if you want to validate the motivation questionnaires, you cannot find me. I'm educational technology lecturer. So it's not suitable to validate on motivation. It's better you find psychologists or counselors, okay, that are expert in motivation field. All right, but if it is related to technology, then you can your expert can be educational technology lecturers. Okay, and then I know you are doing, for example, project based learning. You cannot your expert cannot be anyone, cannot. You must make sure the one that you refer to has has done research related to project based learning. For example, you are doing the project based learning, so you need to seek expert who has done research or project related to project based learning. If you are doing the problem based learning, you must also find the expert that has done research related to problem based learning. Okay, do you clear? I hope everyone clear. Clear, right?
Clear, Doctor.
Okay. Okay, I saw question. Okay, let me, because the chat is hidden. All right. So, oh, there is already a few questions. Okay, if the instruments are pre-test and post-test, is it okay to put only English teacher as the content expert? I want to see the improvement on writing skills of Form 3 students, or do I have to have all the permanent circuit test SPM? Okay, no, no, no. English, if you are doing, maybe you are tester on English, you are doing research related to English, then you can your expert yes can be teachers, but the experienced teachers, it means that the English teacher who has uh, taught for more than 10 years. That's for example. Even the expert should be at least work in that field more than 5 or better 10, more than 10 years work in that field. Okay, if 5, maybe I think also can more than 5 or more than 10. 10 is better. Okay, it means that they are experienced teachers or experienced experts. They can be called expert because already experienced on that field. All right, I hope it's clear. All right. Okay, so that one for the validity, and for the reliability, this one the reliability is toward the sample. Sorry, the sample for the reliability is the one that has almost similar characteristic with your sample, your research sample. It's still under the population, but it is not your sample. Okay, so the reliability should be done towards them, not toward the sample of your research. Okay, but it has same characteristic with the sample of your research. All right, if you want, for example, your sample is 13-year-old students in Malaysia. So for reliability, also 13-year-old student in Malaysia. But maybe you can use actually you can use the 14-year-old student who has learned that topics previously. That one can actually, because when you want to do this reliability, you must make sure the one to do this task has learned it previously. Because if they didn't learn it previously, they cannot answer that question. Okay, so you can do that actually to make sure that they can answer that one actually. All right, so that for the reliability, so don't confuse. Okay, because someone says, okay doctor, what to write in pilot study. I already done this validity and reliability, because sometimes students do not know that actually reliability and validity is actually under the pilot study. They didn't know that. So under the pilot study, there is the validity and reliability, not validity only and not reliability only. It's not enough. So both should be there. All right. So these are the types of reliability. So based on your research, which one is actually for you? Okay. Sometimes some research need test, retest, and also iterator sometimes. Okay, internal consistency. Okay, this test, retest is actually if you have pre-test and post-test, actually you should have test, retest reliability. Okay, it is compulsory. When you have pre-test and post-test, you should have this test, retest reliability. It means that the test is during the pre-test and the retest is the post-test. So you need to do this reliability to ensure that before and after is the same. Because sometimes when you are doing the pre-test and post-test, but you use the totally different construct of questions, of course, students have difficulty to answer during the post-test. Okay, because the pre-test and post-test should have the same construct. Okay, same kind of question. Okay, so you must make sure that. Okay, however, if your test retest is just a questionnaire, because questionnaire you didn't change anything, right? Everything is same. Okay, it's not what the questionnaire is, just use the questionnaire twice or thrice or 4 times. Okay, that one no need for test retest, because actually one instrument or one instrument, one question, okay, one instrument, but you just use a few times. But for the achievement test, for example, of course you have different question before and after. Okay, even though you just change the number. Okay, let's say for mathematics it's easy, right? So you just change the number, the answer will be different. You need to do the test retest. Okay, for science maybe also the same, for English also, but for English you must make sure you ask the same category of question. Okay, so if the first one you want to focus, for example, on comprehension of some situations, so then the post-test also comprehension of almost similar situation. If different situation, of course they use different kind of words, so it will have different difficulties. All right, so you must consider on that. All right. Okay, and then data collection part, as I mentioned, you can have different subtopic for data collection or just combine with data analysis also can. It's actually you mentioned how you collect the data. In the data collection part should have the research instrument and research question. It should be related. It means that, okay, for example, let's say data, this one is pilot study, okay. This one is data collection, let's say 3.6. Okay, 3.6.1 is data collection of research question 1. Okay, research question 1, you didn't write the research question 1 in the title. Let's say your first research question is, what is the effectiveness of what is the effect of mobile apps, for example, towards performance? So the title for 3.6.1 is data collection on the effects of mobile apps towards achievement. It should be written that way. So the examiner or the reader clear. that it is actually you are mentioning that how you collect data for the research question 1. Okay, if you have, let's say, for research question 1, you also have the ABC, 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. Just separate it into different subtopics. So 3.6.1 will be about research question 1A. 3.6.2 is about research question 1B. So 3.6.3 is about research question 1C, something like that. Okay, so even the title should be clear. The data collection on the effects of blah 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 towards blah 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 blah. That's the example. Okay, so is it clear for this writing for data collection? Okay, so in that part, you need to mention for it because here you have to relate with the research question and research instrument. So how you collect the data? So mention about, okay, which instrument that you will use. Okay, how to collect. So the data collected from the achievement test, during the pre-test, and then during the post-test. That's all. It's just how you collect the data. Because sometimes you have the questionnaire. In questionnaire, there are, for example, 4 parts. There are part A, part B, part C, part D. But not everything is for research question 1. So how you collect the data? For example, the first subtopic, you mentioned that you collect the data is from the questionnaire part A. And then subtopic 2, you mentioned that you will collect the data from the data collected from the questionnaire part B, and then part C in different one, part D in different one. So the reader will be clear. Even one questionnaire is actually answering 4 research questions, for example. Okay, so it is in different part. Okay, and then the data analysis part. The title is the same. Okay, so remember, data collection and data analysis part, the subtopics title is the same. So for data collection on the effects of blah 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 towards blah 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 blah. But for the data analysis is the subtopic will be data collection or data analysis on the effects of mobile apps toward achievement. And then 3.7.2, for example, data analysis on blah 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 towards blah 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 blah. So that's the research question 2. And then research question 3, research question 4. So if you have, let's say you have 5 research questions, you should have 5 research you should have 5 subtopics in this part. Okay. So when we see that part, we clear. Okay, you want to answer 5 research question. It's include the small character. For example, you have 1 A, B, C, D. That's considered 4 research question. And then you have 2 A, B, and another 2. So 6 research question. Alright. So you should write like that. So in data analysis part, okay, if you combine with data collection, the title will be data analysis. But when you write, you just write, you collect data from which instrument, which part of instrument. And then, for example, you have the pre-test and post-test. And then what you do? And then you compare the data from the pre-test and then the data from the post-test. And then what you do? You will run the statistical test. Okay, which one? Okay, whether it is descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics is actually if you're doing the survey. You don't want to compare anything. You just want to know, let's say, the frequency, or you just want to count how many students answer strongly agree, how many students answer agree, that's all. So that's just descriptive statistics. Okay, however, if you want to run the statistical test, it is called inferential statistics. Okay, I hope you clear the difference between descriptive and inferential. Okay, when you compare two groups using the t-test, using the ANOVA, the MANOVA, Markova, Wilcoxon, Kruskal-Wallis, or non-parametric or parametric, and so on. And then that's the inferential statistic. When you relate also the correlation, the chi-square, and anything, it is actually inferential statistic. Okay, is it clear? All right. And then, okay, this is for qualitative. That one, the previous is for quantitative. For the qualitative, basically, this is the process. Okay, you collect data and then you transcribe, and then lastly you get the code, you do the coding. Okay, whether iterative, it means that after doing this, after this part, and then you go back to the first phase, or after this you go back again, is that iterative, or simultaneously. And it means that if while doing this, you also doing this, maybe you also do the interview and again repeating. All right, so that's the simultaneously. Right, that's for qualitative. Okay. And then lastly, for the ethical considerations, alright, these are important. Okay, recently, most of the thesis has this part in chapter 3. So why not you have it also? Ethical consideration subtopic. Okay, so the examiner will be clear how you consider about these ethical issues. Okay, because every research design has its what ethical issues. So how you want to to take them into account. All right, this is just what is it about? The observe protocol, involve participants, negotiate with those affected, report progress, obtain explicit authorizations, negotiate descriptions of people work. Okay, these are the ethical consideration. Negotiate accounts of others' points of view, obtain explicit authorization before using quotations, negotiate reports for various levels of release, accept responsibility for maintaining confidential. Okay, retain the right to report your work. Okay, this is especially related to qualitative. Make your principles of procedure binding and known. All right. So that's all for the methodology. Okay, because thesis has long writing for the chapter 3, so lots to be considered. I hope this helped you for your chapter 3 writing. Okay, do you have any question? Okay, so I hope everything clear and you can always refer the PDF. And if you want to learn more on statistical tasks, you can just let the program coordinator knows, so I can help on that for the statistical test. Okay, because I cannot explain everything here for that data analysis part, but if you need help, you need help on that for the statistical task, just let the coordinator know, and I can have maybe a half day session with you about the statistical test. All right. So, okay, everyone. Thank you for listening today. Okay, any question?
Yeah, doctor would like to ask, about the rubrics for the performance-based assessment, do we need to have the reliability and also the validity?
The rubric.
Yes, yes.
Yes, of course. When you have the research, the achievement test, you must do the validity also, right? And then the rubric also you must do the validity. Validate by the same expert actually.
So means that if I am choosing my field is chemistry, so I can ask my the experienced chemistry teacher to do the validation for the rubrics,
Yes,
right?
correct. Correct.
Okay, okay. So how about the reliability for the
Okay,
rubric?
about the reliability, they answer the achievement test, but you mark it using the rubric, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's actually two instruments run at the same time.
Two instrument.
It means that when you do the reliability, it is actually working close both. You are giving the student the achievement test and you mark using the rubric.
Yes.
So it's actually same reliability test.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
because from the question itself, you cannot have the score. The score is from the rubric. So that's why two instruments will run together, use
But
together.
for the rubrics is for the performance based, or means that the presentation, the group work,
Is
it's
it
not about the achievement test.
or not about the achievement? So it's
Yes.
different thing.
Yes.
So if it's for different thing, of course, the reliability means that you still need to, okay, let's say you want to do the presentation.
Yeah, yes.
So you must have the sample for the reliability, almost the same characteristic with the sample of the research, and then you try it. If they present, how you will give the mark to them.
Okay.
Okay, you still need to do the reliability. You need to try how you will give marks.
Okay, okay.
Okay, and
Okay.
you can actually doing the reliability using that rubric. But the reliability is done among a few teachers. So you can see whether your scores and their scores are almost the same or totally different.
Oh, so reliability can be done between two teachers.
Yes. So it means that to see that is it suitable or not to use that rubric.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay?
Doctor, how about the questionnaire? Something like a questionnaire for the students' attitude towards the performance-based assessment. The questionnaire, if I search online and then some other researcher has already done it, used it for the performance-based assessment, can I say that it's already validated and also reliable?
No, because you have different sample, you different population. So no,
Okay,
you still need to do it again.
okay. So for the questionnaire, the validity is also the chemistry expert teacher.
But that's for performance, right? What
Yeah.
is the question is about?
A performance-based assessment. The questionnaire done by students to look into their attitude towards the performance-based assessment.
If it is if it is related to attitude, who do you think is the most suitable one?
Students?
No, the expert. Who is the expert related to attitude?
Oh.
So that's the counselor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See, it's not the teacher. That's the counselor.
Okay, okay, sure.
Okay. All right.
How about
Okay.
the reliability?
What?
The reliability for the questionnaire.
That's student.
Okay.
Reliability is student. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Okay, doctor. Okay, wait. Rubric. Okay, you asked already. Okay, welcome. to use formative assessment results for 10 weeks to collect students' actual learning outcomes. I will ask experts to check the validity, how to test the reliability. Okay, to test the reliability. Okay, for the retest reliability, you can do the if you do it 10 weeks, so retest should be 10 weeks also. The for the reliability one, to see whether it can it is has correlation or not between the pre-test and the post-test. For the retest reliability is actually you do the correlation test. If it is strongly correlated, has strong relation, it means that it's suitable to be used. All right. Okay, and can download to this meeting. Okay, once you lihat, are you educational technology student or different field? Educational technology. Okay, if educational technology, okay, later Dr. Fazil will share the recording session. Okay, recording will be shared later. All right. Okay, any more question? Okay, for those has no question, you can laugh. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, yes?
Thank you very much. I have question, please.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Is it this lecture, is it a recording? Then if you can send it in the group or in the mail, please.
Okay, the recording will be shared later in the WhatsApp group.
All right. Thank you
You
very
are
much. Thank you.
educational technology student, right?
Yeah, I'm a student, PhD, education technology. Yeah.
All right. Okay, will be shared in the EduTech WhatsApp group. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, doctor. Thank you.
Welcome.
Doctor, for the ethical consideration, is it a must to be included?
It is not a must, but it is good to have.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Actually, if you didn't include it, you will be asked during the Viva. So better you have it, right?
Doctor, for the talk course, no need Viva, right? So it's okay.
Okay. Oh, so for talk course. Yes, no, none for talk course. So
Okay.
it's okay. Without it,
No
it's
need,
okay.
no need to be included.
Okay. It is okay for talk course. It's actually it's not compulsory, but for PhD student, it's better to have it. Okay, so I guess no more question, right? If you have any question, you can contact me. My contact number is in the PDF. All right, see you again later. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum
Doctor.
and good afternoon.
Thank
Bye.
you, doctor.
Thank you, Doctor.
Welcome.
Thank you, Doctor.
Welcome.